Greetings. Patient to let everybody get in. I've been getting some channel messages, and I feel like a lot of us have been in this space of being like a doormat, and an emotional doormat. Sometimes when you have a healing energy, it attracts people to you. And sometimes they aren't the best of people. And so you have to be like mindful of who you're connecting with, because sometimes people don't know how to stand alone, and they become emotional addicts to where it's like it's not even about who they're connecting with. They just want a connection. Any connection from anybody will do. And so they kind of come in with these expectations, you know, of you providing everything for them emotionally. Like, oh, well, I like you, so now you have to protect my feelings with your actions. I like you, so you have to like me back, or you're a bad person. And that's really unhealthy because you cannot expect everyone that you're attracted to or want something from to be feeling the same way. And when you do and they don't, you let yourself down. You have to allow people to have the type of relationships with you that they want to have, not the type that you want to force on them. Some people aren't emotionally available, and then some people just aren't emotionally available to you because they can sense that neediness. They can sense that you are like this with many people. And sometimes the red flag with those people is that they fall like extremely too soon, like the same day, the next day. And then that sometimes leads to passive aggressive behavior on their end where they're like reaching out to you, and then if you don't give them what they want, immediate access to you or instant gratification, they become rude. Hey, princess. I'm sorry, Pisces goddess. Um, they'll be rude to you, and it's because they're searching for something that they can't give themselves, or that they can, but they don't know how to be alone. They don't know how to go within. So it's hard for them to give it to themselves. So they're searching for external sources to provide for them the things that they lack for themselves. And I think maybe some of us who have parental issues with our mothers, our fathers, we probably fall into that pattern in our friendships and relationships. Um, but then there's the opposite side of the spectrum where some people are just narcissistic and they don't care who the source is. They just need a source. They need admiration. They need, they just need. And they necessarily don't give it back. So just be mindful of the connections. Um, Especially with the summer coming up. Everybody talks about the summer, like summer love and this, that, and the other. Be mindful of people who just want to have a boo, just want to have a boo for the summer. So they might just be floating. um, Also, Spirit says to get out of the habit of allowing people to dish shit to you, and then you feel afraid to stand up for yourself or dish the shit back. Like, um, that's unacceptable. It's a time for setting healthy boundaries. It's a time for saying that's enough. It's a time to put your self worth in the forefront of relationships instead of always putting your self worth on a back burner so other people could be comfortable. Stop allowing yourself to be that sounding board for everyone. And then when you go to someone to talk or to just release, it falls on deaf ears. You know what I'm saying? They one word you like, oh, dang, wow, or they shift the conversation back to something about them. You need to start being in even exchanges of energy only. And it's not selfish. It's not like you're walking around with expectations. But let's be real, we all have some type of expectations when it comes to the people we're going to deal with and how we're going to expend our energy. So, I think that was the message that I had to get across today, because a lot of people are in this energy where they're like feeling victimized or feeling like they're misunderstood and nobody's there for them. We got to try to start being our own support system, because at the end of the day, we're living in a selfish time. And selfishness can be good and it can also be toxic. So you have to figure out where you fit into that spectrum and where the relationships that you're engaging in fit into that spectrum. Okay, so let's get into the cards. Now, you guys all follow me on Instagram, so you know that I have my own way of reading. I'm very intuitive and empathic, so if I pick up on certain things, I'm going to address them and say them to you. Hmm. Tower in reverse. So, possibly some of us have had a tower moment in our recent past, and we're now coming out and looking at all the rubble and seeing how to rebuild. Um, but rebuild something stronger. To me, sometimes the tower, it has many meanings. It could mean a new beginning. It could mean the destruction of some things that were built on a weak foundation in the first place. So you don't have to see like the tower and like, oh my God, things are falling apart. Well, yeah, sometimes things have to fall apart to fall together, and that's the space that we're in now. We're looking at what fell apart and seeing how we can rebuild, but on a stronger foundation. Um, whenever I see the tower, I look down here and I see that those pieces look very weak. Like it couldn't hold this up anyway. So there had to be a destruction of that. You had to like jump out of that as fast as possible, and just so that you can save yourself. Sometimes we go into destructive partnerships and relationships, and we don't want to get out of them because they offer some sense of comfort or familiarity to us. But when the tower moment comes in, it's going to shake up everything around you so that you can see that you need to rebuild. You need to start new. So that's why I'm feeling like what happened in the recent past. We had a tower moment, and it was what we needed so that we could start again, but start stronger, make the foundation strong, and build off of that. Then we have this Page of Wands. Maybe this is like a younger fire energy, somebody younger than you, but you know, the energy I'm picking up is like maybe they were part of the problem. Maybe this Page of Wands was part of the problem, so things had to fall apart, you know? You had to see that They were probably messy too. And you were probably caught up in their little like gossipy world or something. So the tower moment came to remove this person. If you notice, like his back is turned to this tower. So like maybe when shit fell apart, they just turned their back on you. They didn't even help you to fix things. Like they were on to the next thing, on to something new themselves. Something they had already been building in secret behind your back. So the tower moment had to come to remove this person out of your life because they wasn't playing for the team anyway. It was all about self with them, you know? Very immature energy I'm picking up. Two of Wands in reverse. This was like an unhealthy partnership. Yeah. So it had to come to an end. Things weren't materializing. There was no action on this person's part. You know? They had their eyes set on a whole nother prize. And maybe you were trying to force the connection. Maybe you were trying to stick in there. But like I said, the tower came and knocked it all down because it wasn't even stable. They weren't even looking at this as a foundation. They were looking somewhere else. And now that this tower moment has come and you remove these people out of your life, the wheel of fortune can turn in your favor. This cycle. It's going to be a new cycle for you. That's going to allow you to rebuild something. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with somebody else. Sometimes we put too much emphasis on relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, all this stuff. Like, when actually we need to be rebuilding ourselves. We need to be going within and clearing up karmic cycles that we've had in past lives and in the now that have been holding us back. Knight of Cups in reverse. So this person wasn't even honest, like emotional. They were emotionally unavailable. Maybe it was just like a physical thing. But sometimes when we have like a physical relationship with people, we try to tell ourselves that it's something else. We try to like make the physical attraction make up for everything that's lacking. And that's self-defeating. I feel like with this Knight of Cups in reverse, this person was offering their love to many other people. And not even love, just like physical. This person was very lusty and physical. Like, the physical attraction meant more to this person than genuine connection. And that's why they were just like looking away. Because they were all about the wand, sex. At the bottom of your deck, you have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So I feel like this person was low-key snug, too, and it made your wishes not be able to be fulfilled with them. But this was something that wasn't supposed to be fulfilled with them anyway. You can't try to force something with someone who is not emotionally available. And I feel like this person wasn't. So there couldn't be any movement forward. Especially with the Knight in reverse, there was no movement forward. This person was like egotistical, selfish, all out for themselves. They weren't like trying to build something with you. Hence the first card, this Tower in reverse. They weren't trying to build a solid foundation. And I feel like you were emotionally vulnerable. And so that's why you stuck around, even against your better judgment. now here you are, the Queen of Cups, very intuitive, very emotionally grounded, very nurturing, very loving. And now you know what you want in an emotional relationship. You know what you want. You know how you want to be treated. You know what you're willing to give, what you're willing to accept, and what you're not willing to accept. What you won't compromise. You know. And then here's the King of Cups. So this is like a divine partnership that you're craving. This is a divine union that's going to come in. The divine masculine, divine feminine. This is going to be a beautiful union. So you have to be patient and wait for this. You know? And you'll know it when you feel it. Your spirit will tell you. You won't be having to overexert yourself. You won't be having to prove all the time that you're worthy. You know, the King of Cups is extremely intuitive as well as the Queen. Very emotionally grounded and loving. And that's what you deserve. You know, you deserve that divine partnership. And that's going to ease this anxiety you've been feeling for so long. You know, in your head about things with this Nine of Swords. Up at night, wondering probably why they didn't text, why they didn't call, but they on Instagram or they on Facebook, or, you know, just maybe why they ghosting you. You know, just a lot of thought around this guy here. The Spirit is offering you some abundance. The universe is coming in to give you some financial security, some financial blessings. So maybe, you know, if you have been worried about finances, this is your card to let you know that you're going to be okay. And you're going to have the things that you need. You're going to have the finances to rebuild. So you don't have to worry anymore. You know? You don't have to worry about it anymore because you're going to have it. So if anybody that's tuning into this is having some financial worries, I want you to reprogram your thoughts, leave the scarcity mindset back, and bring yourself into this abundance thought process where you're like, okay, I can have it, I can have it. Start putting that plan together. Yes, Pisces goddess. Financial abundance, we all need that. You know, every currency has its place, you know, and we sometimes get in this spiritual energy or this conscious energy where we like, oh, if you thinking about money, then this, then that, you ain't righteous, you not spiritual. Well, I mean, you can't just go to the light bill place and be like, yo, I'm conscious, keep my lights on. Like, you're going to have some exchange of currency. You're going to have some money, something, you know, whatever the form of payment is going to be. So don't get caught up in thinking that being spiritual means being in poverty, being broke, not having nice things, not having money, because then you're sabotaging yourself. We all got to eat. We all got to feed our families. We have to have some type of, you know, financial stability. And Pentacles. So, this is good news about money coming in. And look at there. Right? Choices with this Two of Swords. Stop denying the choices that you have. You know, take the blindfold off and see that you can choose, you know. And maybe if you call the truth with somebody and you just still side-eyeing them, be aware of that. And maybe with this Hierophant in reverse, maybe the reason the person was like, you know, just emotionally messy is because maybe they were married. You know? And we got to really be mindful of when we dealing with people that's married or in seriously committed relationships, because we tend to blame the other spouse, like, oh, they wasn't doing what they supposed to do, so that's why this person is cheating with me, and blah blah blah, and they only there for the kids, and they only there for financial security, and whatever whatever. But to me, that makes me think that this person is operating on like low frequencies. Because why would you want to be with somebody that would just use someone else for financial stability? You know, it's easy to make excuses for cheating and infidelity, but I feel like if you're not happy, just leave. Don't take people through unnecessary drama. Don't invite other people in and then have this cycle of being bounced around, or you going between two people, or you being left on the back burner, like I said earlier, and they telling you, I'm only there for this, I'm only there for that, when actually this person is just self-serving and greedy and has no intentions on leaving and just wants to have whatever the fuck they want to have, and they don't care about who it hurts. So be mindful of that. Yeah, because we got this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So this is like some family stuff. You know, maybe this person has a family. Or maybe you having family issues. You know? So I feel like if you keep dealing with somebody that's like not, right in their relationships, this is gonna stall your abundance. This is gonna put a blockage up where you can't even receive this, because you're dealing with somebody that is toxic. And whatever the excuse is why they doing it, you have to know that when we lay with people and we have energetic exchanges, we become parts of each other. So whatever toxic energy that they carrying around, being greedy, it can affect your abundance. Yeah, you have to, sis. Here in the After Tarot, looking up at me right here is the star. Cleanse, detox, clear this out of your life. All right? Clear it out so that you'll be in the space to receive. You can end this karmic cycle. You have space for that abundance to just really come in and wash over you and help you start new. We can heal. We got to heal from a lot of things. I noticed that society downplays healing, and the polyamory stuff is cool, but you got to be making sure that the people that you are creating these soul ties with are healthy mind, body, and spirit, and emotionally. Because if they're not, you're going to pick up on that too. Possibly this is you've been feeling left out in the cold lately, because you're being you have to share. So when this person is with somebody else, it's their time, it's their turn. This has got you left out in the cold. Or you could be leaving somebody out in the cold, however it resonates. It's got you feeling blocked as well, like I said, with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Your abundance is not flowing because you're exerting energy on the wrong thing. The King of Swords in reverse, I feel like this person is narcissistic, like I said earlier. Says harsh things, has this harsh energy about them. Just doesn't give a damn about what they say and how it affects someone, how they move. And this is an air sign card. I'm getting a Libran energy. So, Time to step away from toxic relationships because it's got you unbalanced here with this Temperance in reverse. You know, your spirit is unbalanced because you need more. Your mom's a Libra. Man, they can be some narcissistic people sometimes, you know. No disrespecting your mom, but they can be kind of vain sometimes. Oh, okay. Okay, sis. All right, so let me get some additional messages. It's very tiring because nothing's ever good enough for them. You know, narcissists are never satisfied. They always have to be the center of attention. You could literally spend 22 hours with them, and those last 2 hours that you can't spend with them, coaxing them, praising them, they will run and find somebody else to fill the void for those last 2 hours. You know, narcissists are very greedy. They just have to have attention 24/7. You know, they don't care if it's from a male or female. It's just never enough. And they don't even have to be bisexual, but they will step into that bisexual energy just to be praised and feel desired and wanted. You know, it's just crazy with narcissists. There's no healing them. They have to heal on their own. They have to want to be healed. They have to heal themselves. Because trying to heal a narcissist will keep you like this Temperance in reverse, unbalanced. You know, when you're dealing with a narcissistic person or a sociopath, they drain every inch of your energy and then turn around and say you're not there for me, or it's never like you didn't. You know, it's just too much. And I vowed to just like step away from those types of people because I spent too many years trying to heal narcissistic people, and I had to realize that that's not my place, and to just move forward. So what we want to be focusing on, in all honesty, is this here. We want to be focusing on clearing out old debris and baggage and things that aren't serving us so that we can usher in this abundance. You know, because the wheel is turning in our favor. We don't have time anymore for outside people who are not on our level. No, thank you. Now, we really want to be here, you know? So we need to be focusing on this divine partnership, the abundance, a new beginning, and fixing this. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Healing old family wounds and healing our own things that we've dealt with family, so that we can have room for abundance. Ooh, cards is trying to jump all out, guys. Okay, good. Thank you. Alright. Okay. So the first card that came out was Wishes Fulfilled in the reverse. No coincidence, because the Nine of Cups came out in the reverse, and that's wishes fulfilled also. So let's read the book and see what additional messages or advice we can get from this. Okay. Your dreams may feel as if they are somewhere off in the distance, but you don't have to be so. But you don't. They don't have to be so elusive. You must work to change your circumstances as well as your responses to them. Don't define yourself in lack, and don't go on the defensive. Remain strong and steadfast in your little victories and your inner abundance. The most important key to getting your wishes fulfilled is the power inside you. Keep working on your dreams, and your dreams will start working for you. Now, remember earlier I said that to get out of this scarcity mindset and step into this abundance, you know, just imagining, putting yourself in that energy of seeing things being given to you. I'm a Pisces moon girl. I stay daydreaming too. I will literally not talk to people or not go anywhere just so I can have time to think and daydream and try to conjure up what I want to see in my life. I totally get it. So, like I said earlier, we have to start clearing so that we can manifest and stop self sabotaging and take off those self imposed limitations. Oh, I'm a Sagittarius rising. That's so funny. We're in sync. Hey, Cancer, Scorpio. Oh, girl, you got so much psychic energy in you with that Cancer and Scorpio. Girl, yes. Hey, we're the tribe. Us three. Okay, so number 12, describe. Let's see. Okay, it says the learned scribe writes at a high desk. Nearby are a number of other working scribes. And let me start over because I just totally stuttered. Okay. The learned scribe writes at a high desk. Nearby are a number of other working scribes. In some ancient societies, scribes were simply copiers of holy texts, but in many, they were the most learned men of their time. People well versed in law, scripture, philosophy, history, and more. This card indicates a great upsweep in mind and study for you. If there is any subject with which you'd like to acquaint yourself or reacquaint yourself, do so. It's not just for the sake of study, although that's always a good thing. This period of higher mind and higher learning is nothing less than a change in your life, or even a change in the world. Opportunity. Just as the Wright brothers began by studying the flight patterns of birds, you can rise up on the wings of discovery now. There may be a teacher or even an entire school that can help you with this upliftment. Be sure to seek out the right person or place of learning. You could also become a writer or teacher yourself at this time, elevating and contributing to others. If you're involved in any legal matters, there is a person who can help you with this. Let your great vision guide you to him or her. This could also be a time when you might find yourself writing proposals, grants, essays, blogs, articles, or books. Notice what compels you and be sure to answer the call. There was something I wanted to say. Oh, remember when I pulled this Hierophant card in the reverse? The Hierophant can also talk about higher learning institutions as well. And maybe it's in the reverse because you've been in doubt for so long about your gifts, you know? So maybe your gifts and higher learning can also usher in some of this abundance for you. So look into that. Okay, so the last card we have is the Architect in reverse. So let me see. Reversal. Plans have changed, or perhaps have fallen through. There may be things that you can't seem to control, or maybe you've lost your belief in your own talent and authority. Even if a particularly large task lies before you, don't just give up. It's time to wake up to your power and work the plan. If the plan is in a state of collapse, start a new one. Or at least consider some actions that you can take to reclaim your power and start anew. And we were just talking about that collapse with this tower in reverse. It fell already, you know, but you can rebuild, okay? Don't doubt yourself. Step into your power, and everything's gonna be okay. All right, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Um, if you want a personal reading, something more in depth to your situation, you know my Instagram, the Oracle7. You can drop me a DM, and we can set something up. I have availabilities today and tomorrow. So let me know. Until then, peace. Oh, you're welcome, girl. Wait, am I off already? Sorry, y'all. I don't even know how to end this. This is my first time. Oh, Lord.